Hey everybody, Paul with Iron Mountain here to tell you about what we call the Recovery WOD. The Recovery WOD comes from CrossFit Endurance and Brian McKenzie, so it's kind of been around for a while. And what it is 3 rounds for not for time of 5 moves, 15 reps each with light to medium weight of kettlebell swings, pull-ups, bench press, GHD hip extensions, and GHD sit-ups. Now all of those moves are scalable or modifiable just like anything else, so you can scale the reps or you can modify the move. And what we suggest you do is the day after a long run or the day of a long run or a race, but we've also found that it's really good to do the day after a WOD that you're particularly sore from, or maybe 2 days after. They're all openers, so all 5 of those moves are body openers. And what we're going to do today is take you through each of these moves and give you some tips on each individual move. Okay, we're going to start with the GHD sit-up. Shelly's going to do some demonstration for us here. So Shelly's going to start doing some extension GHD sit-ups. Just going back to about parallel, maybe a little below. She can also extend all the way down and touch the ground behind her. Couple of the keys to this movement is you see Shelly is engaging her quads, pulling from a big piece of hip flexor, so it's a very powerful move, and you can hear it actually when she does it correctly. Now Shelly's going to demonstrate a couple incorrect movements here. You're going to notice that she doesn't quite engage her quad. She doesn't quite make the same sound. So again, going it correctly, you want to engage that quad, so you could think of it as pulling the kneecap up or engaging the quad. It's a very powerful, explosive movement. Good job. A substitute for that would be the ab mat sit-up or just sit-ups. We use the ab mat. So in the ab mat sit-up, we're going to encourage you to put the soles of your feet together, butterflying your legs open. So you're going to lay back. You can either touch your head, come up past 90 degrees, touch the ground if you like, or just hold onto your head the whole time. Either way. One of the keys to the ab mat is make sure you do not rock off the ground with it. That's a good way to give yourself a brush burn right on your tailbone. So you want to keep that butt planted as you do it. So the next move is the GHD hip extension. Shelly again is going to demonstrate. She's just going to do a couple moves. Big keys on this move is keeping as neutral back as possible, so she doesn't want that lower back to round. You can see she goes right back to end range. The hip is free of the pad. This is a GHD hip extension. And when she comes up, she squeezes her butt. One of the ways to modify for the GHD hip extension is with a band. So I have the band, I'm standing on it about shoulder width. You could widen it, whatever makes you comfortable really. You're going to stand neutral so you could squeeze your butt, get that belly tight to start, and I'm just going to hinge over so I push those hips back. I want to maintain a nice flat back, standing back up, squeeze the butt again every time I stand up, pushing the butt back, standing up. You of course could use different strength bands depending on your ability level and how hard you want to work that day. In this particular workout, again, it's light to medium weight. You're just trying to help your body recover from the work that you've done. Second way to modify the GHD hip extension is a good morning. Now I'm just using a PVC, but of course you could use a barbell or even a weighted barbell. Again, light to medium weight in the Recovery WOD. And again, I'm just hinging forward, nice flat back, standing back up, squeeze the butt, belly tight to start, belly stays tight, pushing the butt back. And you'll notice I'm taking my head with me, so I have what I would call a neutral head here. You can use the hang loose sign on your collarbone, index finger to chin to identify neutral head. And then as I take my head with me, stays neutral, and as opposed to doing it incorrectly where I would look forward like this, that's incorrect, and you can see when I finish, now I no longer have neutral head. The next move is going to be the kettlebell swing. Shelly's going to demonstrate some of those for us. Again, it's light to medium weight, so Shelly's going to be doing a 26-pound kettlebell today. She of course could handle more than that, but she's just going to do 15 consecutive reps. So Shelly's getting a nice full range of motion here with the kettlebell completely overhead, which could be considered like an American swing or CrossFit style swing. You can also at least come up just to about shoulder level or eye level with it, and that's fine there too. Pop into hip, so every time she extends up, she squeezes that butt again, belly stays nice and tight, back's nice and flat the whole time. You can see the pop of the hip, the opening of the hip as she comes up. And you also notice Shelly takes her head with her, just like that neutral head that we talked about. So she's going to do the next couple incorrect here. So watch her head as she stays looking forward in the bottom. And she just gets slightly out of neutral head there, just a little bit. That's incorrect. So you want to learn to take that head with you, so you have that nice neutral head on a nice neutral spine. Okay, next move is pull-ups. Pull-ups, of course, need modified for a lot of people, and we'll take you through different ways. One of the things I would encourage with this one is to work on your strict pull-ups or your chest-to-bar pull-ups. It's a great time to work on those if you have pull-ups or you have kipping pull-ups already. Also, do not be afraid to mix the grip up. I'll show these in the moves. A lot of times we always use the overhand grip and we neglect the underhand grip or even a mixed grip. So I'm gonna start with the double overhand grip, fully extended. Chin over bar, all the way back to extension. I want my shoulders to stay in the socket. So as I pull up, chin over bar, all the way back down. What I don't want to do is let my shoulders fall out of the socket. So I'm going to just let you see this here for a second. That's incorrect. So you can see me drop it, pull it back in. One more time incorrectly, again. So that's an overhand grip pull up. Okay, kind of a traditional pull up and as strict as possible for myself. Now a supinated or underhand grip pull up. Chin over bar, all the way to extension still, chin over bar, all the way to extension. You can also mix grip, either direction, whatever you like. So Shelly's going to demonstrate some kipping pull-ups, double overhand grip. She's squeezing into her pinky and ring fingers. Shoulders are in the socket as we talked about. One of the ways to modify on a pull-up is a ring row. So if you're not quite at pull-ups at all, you can just start with ring rows. You can change the angle of your body to make it as difficult or as easy as you'd like. Full extension in the elbows as you go back. Notice my shoulders stay in the socket. Squeezing my butt, belly's supported. So I don't want to let my hips drop open like that. That's incorrect. I also don't want my shoulders to fall out of the socket like this. That's incorrect. So as I stay in, notice my feet stay on an angle. So as I pull forward, I'm still under tension. If I let go here, I'd fall backwards. Back to full extension. If I want to make it easier, I just come backwards a little bit. You can see it's less of an angle, so it's a little bit easier for me. If I want to make it more challenging, I put my feet forward. Full extension, still at the bottom. Okay, next move is bench press. We're going to show you a couple variations. We're going to show you the dumbbell bench press and regular barbell bench press. Again, 15 reps. We want you to be able to knock out these 15 reps consecutively. So light to medium weight, whatever's comfortable for you. Just want to be moving your body well here during this recovery WOD. A couple tips for bench press while you're doing it. We encourage your feet flat on the ground. You want to kind of drive through your heels just like you would a squat or setting up for a deadlift. Butt stays on the bench, upper back stays on the bench, so you're maintaining that lumbar curve in your spine. Keep your core supported, lock your arms out, get full extension at the top. You could do it with a barbell, of course. Shelly's demonstrating that. And again, we're doing 15 reps in this recovery WOD, so kind of a medium weight here for Shelly, and she just wants to be able to knock out 15 consecutive reps. So that's what we call the recovery WOD. Great to do after a long run or even the day after a hard workout or 2 days after a hard workout. All body openers, medium to light weight on all the moves. 3 sets is what we recommend, 15 reps each. But just like everything else, it's modifiable and scalable. So we showed you how to modify all the moves. You can, of course, scale the reps too as needed. So it doesn't matter if you're an experienced athlete and are using this as a recovery WOD necessarily, or if you're kind of more inexperienced athlete just starting to work out. You can use this just as a workout to develop fitness. You can also use this as a warm-up to prepare yourself to work a little bit harder or even run or lift or whatever else you're doing. Once again, it's Paul with Iron Mountain. Thanks for checking this video out about our recovery WOD. Check us out on Instagram and like us on Facebook.